Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and this is part 5 of my Serie preview. This is the last part. We have already discussed the 15 teams in the first 4 parts. So if you want to have a look at it, you can go and check that one out. I will put the description. I will put the links in the description below. In the last part, we are going to talk about the 5 teams that qualified for the Champions League: Bologna, Atalanta, Juventus, and then the 2 Milan clubs, AC Milan and Inter Milan. We are going to see how they are preparing for the new season. The season is going to start tomorrow, so I am a bit late on this, but we'll see how it goes along. The signings, they have been quite an interesting transfer window for a lot of these teams, and there have been there have been managerial changes as well, and so the impact of that is going to be very interesting as well. So there is a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. We are going to start with Bologna. They finished last season at 5th, and courtesy of Serie, getting that the extra coefficient from UEFA, they managed to qualify for the Champions League. But it never, like at the start of the season, nobody really expected that to happen. Till game week 10, they were languishing at 11, but they had a great turn around, and they managed to finish in 5th and qualify for the Champions League for the first time since 1965. That's how impressive the feat is, and that's how impressive the job their manager Thiago Motta did to get this club. For the last 2 years, he has changed the club from being a relegation battle club to now qualifying in the Champions League. It is an amazing feat. The sad thing for Bologna is that because Motta has done so great, there were other suitors, and he has decided to leave Bologna, and he has gone and joined Juventus. I think it's going to be a big loss for them because he was really influential manager at the club. He did amazing for the 2 years that he was there. They have replaced him with Vincenzo Italiano, and I think that's a really good appointment. And I think if you wanted a person who could have taken Bologna forward after Motta left, so I think Italiano would be the perfect person to do that. He is a really good manager. He's exciting manager. He likes to play a good attacking football, and I think that's going to suit Bologna. And as I said, I'm a huge admirer of him, and I think that's a great appointment by Bologna. And if you look at their transfer window, it has been quite interesting. And you saw, when a small team does so good, you sort of expect things like this to happen. They have sold both Riccardo Calafiori and Joshua Zirkzee to Arsenal and Manchester United. They were both very crucial members of their squad, both young talents, but both of them have left, each going for over 40 million euros. So they got a good amount of money. And then Marko Arnautovic has also left permanently and gone on to sign for Inter Milan. So there were important departures from their squad, but the good thing is they have gone out and they have reinvested the money in the squad that they got from the sales of Calafiori and Zirkzee. They have gone and signed 2 center forwards in Athias Belinga and Nicolo Gambier from Atlanta and Genoa respectively, both in a combined fee of 25 million euros. I think both of them are very good deals. Meanwhile, midfielder Emil Holm and then centre back Martin Ehrlich have both signed from Spezia and Sassuolo for 7 million euros each. They have also permanently signed Raul Ferreiro and Jens Odegaard after their great spells on loan at the club last year. So as I said, they have reinvested in the squad. They in almost everywhere on the pitch. So they are gonna have a great they are gonna have a go at in the next season as well. They are gonna fight for it. There is a big talk of them dropping down the table because they are gonna compete in the Champions League, and their squad their squad is not strong enough. They don't have that much depth. I sort of disagree with this, because as I just mentioned, they have made a lot of signings, and they are not just like your average signing. They are good signings as well, and I rate Italiano quite a lot. So I think he's gonna make sure that there is not that much of a drop, and their heads are focused, and their minds are ready, and their bodies are fit, so they can compete and they can get back into the Champions League places. And even in the Champions League, like, they are just not there for sure. They don't get the participation trophy. They will hope that they give a good showing of themselves, and try to go deep, as deep as possible in the Champions League. And as I said, I think they are gonna have a really good season yet again. Moving on from Bologna, we are gonna talk about Atalanta, and I mean, they had quite a magnificent season last year. They finished fourth and qualified for the Champions League, even though they lost 11 games in the league, and I think it's a bit concerning. But they went on, and they won the Europa League. They became champions, and they like, that was an amazing feat by them. This is going to be Gasperini's ninth season in charge, and he would hope that this is the year that he can finally go on and compete for the title. He has a good enough squad to do that, and the players that he has brought in, I think it is a really a good chance for Atalanta to go in and challenge for the title. They have brought in Matthias Retegui and Charles Delicatre from Genoa and AC Milan for 22 million euros each. Both of them are really good signings. They have gone bring in a centre back, Michael Godfrey from Everton. Ismail Soleimano has joined from he has also joined from Verona. So you see, they have made quite a good signing as well. They have also signed in Nicolo Zaniolo and Martin Breshnin on loan with an option to buy. So they have really upgraded their squad, and I think they are going to have a good season. And the good thing for Atalanta is that they have not really had any major departures from the squad, and with the additions of these players, I think they are going to be real contenders for the title this time around. There are big rumors that Juventus are keen on signing Tian Kopmeri, and I think that could be a very big loss. He scored 12 goals and provided 5 assists last season, so he had a great year last time around, and the Juventus are really keen on it. Atlanta would want to keep him, because losing a player of that caliber, and especially to a rival, is not an ideal thing to do when you are trying yourself to go for the title. I think that is one signing, like one transfer that we are gonna keep an eye on, that can go deep down until the deadline day. And I think that that could be like the time when Juventus finally makes such a big offer, or to the player or to the club, that something has to happen on the deadline day. I fear for Atlanta in regarding this matter. And talking of Juventus, we are now going to talk about them. They finished last season at third position and qualified for the Champions League. They won the Coppa Italia, so that was a good thing for them. In terms of league, they were for most part of the season they were competing with Inter. They were for the title, but then a string of bad results from the end of January till the end of March. They just won one game out of the 9 games during that time. That basically derailed their season. They have sacked Massimiliano Allegri at the end of the season, and they have now brought in Paolo Francesca. He has come in sorry, no, not Paolo Francesca. As I said, there have been so many managerial changes that I have mixed them up. They have brought in Thiago Motta, who has left Bologna, and I personally think that is a very smart move. They need somebody like as ruthless as Motta at the club, and because the players they have free reign at the club, and the Motta he has come in and he has made sure that there is discipline at the club. He has made a list of about 8 to 10 players, and he openly said that I don't need you. He took their names in the press conference, and he, like, it was a clearance sale at Juventus, and he had told them you are no longer needed, and he has basically told them to either find a new club or their contracts would be terminated. So I think that's a good mindset, because as I said, there were too many fringe players, too many overloaded players at Juventus, and they already had a problem with UEFA because of their finances last year. So they need to assemble their books in that regard as well. In terms of arrival, they have had a good window. They have brought in Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa for over 50 million euros. Kylian Thuram has joined from Nice for 22 million euros. Then you have Johan Cabal, who has come in for 30 million euros from Varna, and then they have brought in a goalkeeper as well on loan, Michel De Gorio from Monza, with an option to buy. So they have also upgraded to their squad. Will they be able to compete for the title with Inter? I'm like really skeptical about that. I'm gonna hold my judgment at the moment. I don't doubt Mota. I think he's a great manager and they have a good squad, but because the number of mass exodus from the club, I think that could play a big role in what happens next season at Juventus. The next team we're going to talk about is AC Milan. They finished second and came runners up to their bitter rivals Inter. They lost in the quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia and the Europa League as well. So overall it was like a sort of a mixed bag of a season. They came second after quite a long time, but they lost both the trophies that they were taking part in. They have also said goodbye to their manager Stefano Pioli after 5 years at the helm, in which they won their 19th Scudetto as well. So that is a big move at the club, losing an important manager like him. They have brought in Paolo Fonseca from Italy, from Lille, and I think that is a good appointment. He was amazing for Lille for the last 2 years, and I think he's gonna continue the same feat here at AC Milan. You have 3 new managers at 3 important clubs in Italy, so I think it's going to be quite interesting seeing how all of these work out. Their transfer business has been quite interesting. They have brought in Strania Pavlovic from Salzburg for about 18 million euros. Emerson Royal has joined from the Tottenham Hotspur for 12 million euros, and they have also brought in Alvaro Morata for 13 million euros from Atletico Madrid. I think these are very quite these are interesting signing. These are exciting players, and they strengthen their squad from last season. They have lost their top goal scorer from last year in Olivier Giroud. He has decided to go to the MLS, so the pressure on Morata increases because now he has the main guy who has to score the goals. He's like the main man again. They are also linked with another striker in Tammy Abraham, who is at Roma. So I'm not really sure that deal is gonna go through, but you never know. Crazier things have happened in the transfer window. But as of now, the chances of that deal going through are very less. But we'll keep an eye on that. Even if Milan don't get Abraham, I think they have a really good squad. They are going to be in the Champions League after some time as well, so they are also there are question mark whether they will be able to cope with playing 3 games in 1 week. But I think they are going to be good. They might not challenge for the title, but they are going to be in the top 4 for sure. And finally, we are going to talk about Inter. I mean, they won the Scudetto with 6 games to spare. That's how dominating they were. They were miles apart. They were miles better from everybody else. They lost just twice in the league, both time to Sassuolo. So that is quite interesting. And I think that this time around Inzaghi's main idea would be on concentrating on the Champions League. They got knocked out of the Champions League and the Coppa Italia in round of 16. So I think he would hope that they can defend, as they would love to defend the title, and I think that's going to be in their mind as well. But I think one more thing, that he would want his team to go as deep in the Champions League as possible, and with the squad that they have and the the signings that they have made, I think it is really gonna it's possible that they go deep into the Champions League, and I think it's going to be really hard for anybody to dethrone Inter from the first position this season as well. So that is it from me. These are my preview of all the 5 teams that finished in the top 5 last year. Will they be able to do the same this year as well, or will some of them drop down, and will that be the same ranking as well, or will we see a new Italian champion? I'm gonna discuss all of that in my prediction video, which I think is gonna drop later today. But well, let me know what you guys think of all of this in the comment section below, and who do you think had a better transfer window, and with 3 new managers coming in the top 5, who do you think is going to have a better impact on the league and on their club as well? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 150 subscribers before the transfer window ends, so it would be really helpful if you could click on that subscribe button. Until next time, bye bye.